Hello everyone and welcome to our 22nd lesson for the Literacy and Learning Center here in Highland. I hope that you have been staying busy and staying safe, especially with all of this winter weather that we are having and are going to continue to have. Well, after this brief intro in Spanish, we'll get started. Hola a todos y bienvenidos a nuestra lección número 22. Por parte del Literacy y Learning Center aquí en Highlands. Espero que se han estado manteniendo ocupados y seguros, especialmente en este clima de invierno que hemos estado teniendo y que seguiremos teniendo. Bueno, comencemos. Alright, before we read the story, let's go over the vocabulary matching. We will just go over the vocabulary for right now, and then after we read the story we'll go over the vocabulary and the definitions. Okay, so while you're listening to the story and then reading it yourself, I want you to pay attention to the words and then try to pick them up in the story. Paragraph 1, skyrocketing. 2, tag. 3, raising eyebrows. 4, purchase. 5, spacious. 6, sprawling. 7, quirky. Paragraph 2, 8, eye-catching. 9, spiral. 10, study. 11, cramped. 12, bespoke. 13, approach. 14, unique. Let's read the story. Alright, let's read the article titled London's Thinnest House Sells for $1.3 million. Even though house prices are skyrocketing around the world, one property's price tag in London is raising eyebrows. A house billed as the skinniest in London is on the market for $1.3 million. In other areas of the UK, one could purchase a spacious 7-bedroom mansion with sprawling grounds for that sum. However, the skinny house is just 2 meters wide, although it does have 5 floors. The 2-bedroom house is in West London and is being sold by real estate agent Winkworth. The agent said, "It started life as a hat shop and was converted by a fashion photographer. The ultimate designer house. It's quirky and charming and great for entertaining. The eye-catching property is just 1.6 meters at its narrowest point and is 8 meters long. There is a kitchen, dining room, and patio garden on the first floor. On the second floor, there is a living room with a spiral staircase that leads up to the 3rd floor, which has a study, bedroom, and roof terrace. The main bedroom is on the 5th floor. Despite its cramped space, Winkworth says it is a one-of-a-kind abode. It said, the interior design has the bespoke approach of a luxury yacht, making the most of small spaces. It added that the house is ideal for a young couple or an individual who sees the beauty for what it is and will snap it up. It is a unique part of London history. It's a bit of London magic." So reread the story on your own and just sort of look for the words that we saw in the vocabulary and see if you can think what the meaning is according to how it is in the story, okay? Alright, let's go over the vocabulary matching. Hopefully you were able to pick out some of the words when we were reading the story, and hopefully now that you will know the meanings, they will make sense if you didn't know them before. Paragraph 1, skyrocketing is B, a price, rate, or amount that is increasing very steeply or rapidly. 2, tag is E, a label attached to someone or something for the purpose of identification or to give other information, like price. Price tag. 3. Raising eyebrows. Is A, causing people to be surprised or disapproving? We probably got the raised eyebrow look from our parents a lot when we were kids, right? Number 4, purchase, to acquire something by paying for it, to buy. Number 5, spacious, is D, having lots of room, covering a wide area. 6, sprawling, is G, spread over a large area. Let me move that so you can see G. 7, quirky, characterized by peculiar or unexpected features or qualities. Quirky. Sometimes cities are described as quirky. You know, Asheville is kind of a quirky city. You know, it's artsy and hippie. It's a little different. Paragraph 2, 8, eye-catching, immediately appealing or noticeable, striking. Number 9, spiral, constantly turning in one direction as it rises. So remember in the article they were talking about the staircase was a spiral staircase. Number 10, study, is K, a room used or designed for reading, writing, or academic work. So the verb to study means to review, right? But the room study, a study room, is used for reading. 11, cramped, is M, uncomfortable because of a lack of space. So if you ride on a plane to go anywhere, unless you pay first class, you're going to be cramped, right? Especially if you sit in the middle seat, which is the absolute worst seat ever. I always like the window seat. Number 12, bespoke, made for a particular customer or user. Number 13, approach, a way of dealing with something. And 14, unique, being the only one of its kind, unlike anything else. So I'm sure our parents or somebody along the line, whenever you were afraid that you were a little different, would tell you, it's okay, you're just very unique. Or maybe they didn't. Maybe that was just me. All right, let's go on. All right, we are going to read over the true and false and over the synonym match. At the end of the lesson, I'm going to post the answers to both of them. So try to do them on your own and then check your answers at the end. All right? Or you can check your answers whenever. Number 1, true, false. The article says house prices are skyrocketing around the world. B, the house for sale in London has 7 bedrooms. C, the house for sale in London is 5 floors high. D, the house in London used to be a tie shop. E, the skinny house is 8 meters in length. F, the house has a spiral staircase that connects 2 of the floors. G, the agent said the house is good for old people. H, the agent said a magician used to live in the house. 2, synonym match. Now a synonym is a word that has similar meaning or the same meaning. They're not spelled the same, but it just means the same as something else. Number 1, skyrocketing. 2, spacious. 3, sprawling. 4, real estate. 5, quirky. 6, eye-catching. 7, cramped. 8, approach. 9, ideal. 10, magic. A, perfect. B, extending. C, method. D, distinctive. E, roomy. F, charm, G, eccentric, H, shooting up, I, confined, J, property. Alright, don't forget, answers are at the end. So what does this skinny house look like, you ask yourselves? Well, I asked the same question. Anyways, here is a picture of it. This is an article from insider.com from last month, and it has some good pictures of the house. You can Google additional articles and find some additional pictures. I think this one had the sort of the best overview. I'll just go over a few of them, and you are welcome to go back and look up this article and sort of read in depth if you want to. So it's located in Shepherd's Bush, West London, and again it measures 6 feet wide, right? Its total is 1,034 square feet, which is actually not bad, but if you divide it among 5 floors, that sounds tiring. You definitely don't want to break your foot or your ankle or do anything to your leg, or you probably will have to stay on the main floor, right? The fashion photographer that owned it was Jürgen Teller, and the current owner bought the home in 2009 for $812,993. So he is hoping to make a good profit, right? So it's in a cute neighborhood, little burger joint right there on the corner. Here is sort of the layout of the floors. So this would just confuse me. You have the lower ground floor, the first floor, second floor, third floor. I'm not sure why it wouldn't just be like first floor, second floor, or just ground floor versus lower ground floor. I'm not sure. I'm not a designer, so I don't know anything about that. Or architect. So, I mean, it looks pretty spacious if you look at the pictures. Lots of white. White obviously makes things appear bigger, right? It opens up a room. Working fireplace. The bathroom. So one of the things the article said was that, you know, it does have a lot of storage room and a lot of things sort of double as storage. So here you can see lots of closet space in the bathroom. Kitchen is on the basement level. So is that the lower ground floor or just the ground floor? Some cups ready for their gin and tonic. Very sort of British drink, right? This was the one that we saw that was the longest. It sort of opens up at the end and is the widest part of the house. Little dining room and garden. It's a cute garden. I'm surprised there's no place to sit out there. I would have put at least a little bench or something. Roof terrace. Bedroom. Okay, so I read through this article earlier. I don't know if it was this one or another one, but it said that the only way to enter the master bedroom, which is on the 5th floor, is through a trapdoor. So if you look here, this is a trapdoor, right? So they were meant to sort of be hidden. You can put a carpet over it and you wouldn't know there was a door there. But that seems like a horrible idea to me. I mean, what if you're tired? What if you've maybe had one too many drinks? What if you have a broken hand or a foot? You know, that just seems... I mean, I don't know how else they would have made a door to it unless they had sort of stairs going up to it, but that just does not seem like the ideal situation for your bedroom, especially if you're tired after a long day of work. And this is the mezzanine on top floor overlooks the bathroom and feature wall, which I would find kind of weird, but whatever. Anyways, pull up some articles, look through them. You can find some more info on the house. It's cute and it is super, super interesting, and the realtor was right. It is super, super quirky. All right, let's go on. Okay, so I found the house on Google Maps because, of course, I was going to look it up. So it is the United Kingdom, right? The United Kingdom is made up of England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. And so let's zoom in and see. Well, that was zoom out. Where this thing is located. I find that I can spend way too much time on Google Maps. So it's a very, very urban area, right smack in London. Lots of people. Shepherd's Bush was the area that it said that it was located. Alrighty. Let's put our little dude over there. Let's see if we see. Oh, there it is, right there. Alright, so we have found it. Looks like a pretty cool area there in London. Probably why it's so pricey. Anyways, look it up yourself on Google Map. Check out what's around there. There's a burger joint we were talking about. I'd probably be there all the time. If I got sick, I'd be at this walking clinic right there. Alrighty, let's go on. Alright, for the last little bit, I thought we'd look at a few facts about London. Pretty cool city. I went there a long time ago, but I would love to go back. It is on my bucket list to return to London and visit more museums. This has 9 fun facts. You can look them up. I'm not going to go over all of them, but I thought we'd go over a few. So London is built on ruins. It has a storied history dating all the way back to 43 AD. So obviously, archaeological digs are very difficult in such densely packed areas. So some of the city's long-held secrets look like they'll stay that way. There are 20 underground rivers in London. I did not know that. And it's kind of weird how that's possible, right? But Mexico City was built on a lake. And it actually sinks. What was the original part of Mexico City sinks a little bit every year. Probably not the best place to build a city. So this, I think, is one of the most interesting facts that I didn't know until I read this. Time is a construct, they say, but that wasn't always the case. Believe it or not, telling time only began in 1884. Before that, you could probably be late and it would probably be okay. Though months and years had been around, there was no standardized, universally recognized time code. The establishment of Greenwich Mean Time by mariners changed that, and London soon became the point of comparison for time zones across the globe. That's crazy. 1884. This one is just crazy. So it takes a strong knowledge of the area, patience, and of course a license to become a cab driver. But in London, the bar to qualify is higher. So whenever that term is used, the bar So that means the place where you have to get to, or what you have to get to qualify, is much higher. Facing one of the most notoriously difficult application and approval processes for cab drivers in the world. So notorious means like bad, right? It's an awfully difficult application. London cabbies have to take the London knowledge test, including knowing 25,000 streets and all the landmarks within 6 miles of Charing Cross. A London cabbie can really say and show the certificate as proof they know the city like the back of their hand. So imagine this happening in Atlanta, where literally every street is Peachtree something, right? Peachtree Avenue, Peachtree Street, Peachtree Road. Alrighty. You cannot fly kites in London. It is banned. And there are over 250 different languages spoken by London residents. That's crazy and awesome, right? I wish I could speak all of those. Anyways, let's go on. Hello everyone, that's a wrap for this week. I hope that you learned maybe something new about London that you didn't know before, or a new word that you were not familiar with. I hope that you have a wonderful week, and we will see you back next week. Hola a todos, espero que aprendieron algo en esta lección, tal vez algo sobre Londres que no sabían antes o una palabra nueva. Espero que tengan una buena semana y los vemos la próxima semana. Bye.